New Jersey, on a glorious yet seasonably chilly Thanksgiving Day. And Thanksgiving to everybody. As Al Fisher, along with Doug Stasic, we got rid of the nameplates.
Yeah.
Bringing live from BFA Sports. Looking
I
forward to a great rivalry.
I don't want to be mistaken for you.
Well, you can't.
You
can't.
People call me ugly, but you're ugly with another letter.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, happy Thanksgiving to you, buddy.
Yeah, thanks. I really felt that was really disingenuous, actually. So, in any event, folks, it's going to be a great rivalry here. Back in 1926, this started, Doug, between Holy Spirit and Atlantic City. Holy Spirit coming in after a tough loss to DePaul Catholic, 28-14 in the state semifinals. And Doug, Trevor Cohen, quarterback of Holy Spirit, leads this team.
Yeah, captains headed onto the field, and certainly Holy Spirit, led by Trevor Cohen, the Rutgers University commit, going there to play baseball. But the kid has got an absolute cannon, and he backs that up with over 1,300 yards passing and 500 yards rushing, a total of 16 touchdowns this season. And what a fantastic offense that's also backed up by Gavin Roman with 509 yards rushing and 5 TDs. Elijah Stewart, 888 yards receiving with 12 TDs for the Spartans.
And Atlantic City coming in at 3-6, led by quarterback Eric Strecker.
Yeah, Eric Strecker has done a good job from a leadership standpoint, trying to carry this team. Certainly, Coach Keenan Wright really happy that these guys were able to put together a couple of wins and getting ready for this one. Streckler with 611 yards passing, but the whole offense for the Vikings runs through LaShawn Trussell.
Well, it should be a good one today. Again, we got some help from our friends here today. You want to mention that?
Yeah,
a little help
yeah,
play-by-play in color.
You got that right. So game today going to be called by our buddies Mike Gill and Harry Hurley, who are also streaming this game on WPG 95.5. So you can listen to the game on the FM dial, and we are hearing that Holy Spirit has won the toss, and I would guess that Coach A.J. Russo is going to elect to receive.
Again, got to love rivalries in high school football. This is, again, I don't think I mentioned this, but the oldest in Atlantic County, going back to 1926. So sit back and enjoy as you watch this one on BFA Sports, and again, with the help from our friends.
Yeah, the 93rd showing of the Atlantic City Holy Spirit rivalry game, and I got to tell you, man, a lot of pride. Not that I'm rooting one side or the other, but my grandfather played in this back in the day when Holy Spirit was in Atlantic City, and so for me, many years later, I got to tell you, it's a game that all these kids will certainly never forget, and they're going to look forward to. And as Coach Ed Burns would always say, the turkey always tasted better after a Thanksgiving win. We're going to step aside. It looks like we're about ready to play our national anthem.
This time, please stand for the pledge of the national anthem.
All right, just waiting for a little bit of a technical challenge. It's cold out here in Atlantic City, so I could argue out that it's maybe a little frozen. Computer needs to warm up a little bit to get the music pumping out. But nonetheless, what a beautiful fall day for a football game.
Perfect fall day. Perfect fall morning on Thanksgiving. What other better way to spend your Thanksgiving morning here on BFA Sports watching high school football?
Yeah, the 93rd matchup, so going all the way back to
1926.
1926. You know, for a few years there, this game was actually played in Boardwalk Hall, inside.
Was it really?
Yeah, so they used to.
That's pretty wild.
Yeah, so they used to have a college football game that was played there every Thanksgiving holiday.
And you said your grandfather played in this, but so did you, didn't you?
I did.
And you played water boy, didn't you?
Oh, man.
And tail boy. You did an excellent job, according to the family. I asked them. We got a lot of stats on you. You said you handed out about, I don't know, 30 towels in the game.
I always came home with a clean jersey.
All right, we're going to. All right, I guess it's time to toss it over to Mike Gill and Harry Hurley.
Yeah, I'm going to thank our sponsors for today's game. We have Calvi Electric, Petrosh's Big Top, Ernest & Sons Meat Market in Brigantine, along with RK Chevrolet. But for today's game, we head over to the microphone with Mike Gill and Harry Hurley. All right, we'll be with Mike and Harry just a second here, waiting on the feed from WPG. But like everything else, it's always Plan B. We're ready to play some football here in Atlantic City. So it's going to be 1st and 10 here for the Spartans, and they're going to have the ball right here at the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. And we expect to see Trevor Cohen break the huddle, get things going for the Spartans. So as expected, Spartans coming out in the spread. Cohen drops back. Southpaw fires. He goes down the left sideline. And who else? It's going to go to Stewart. And he is going to go all the way. 70-yard touchdown for the Holy Spirit Spartans.
Well, you talk about an electric way to open up a football game. Stewart on a long touchdown reception right down the sidelines, showing that this connection has been one that has been strong all year long. And here it is again. Stewart outrunning the defensive back and going in for the touchdown.
Well, that has been the electric connection all year long for the Spartans, and no different here as they connect on the long bomb. And just like that, 6-0, Holy Spirit. And again, we're going to have Mike Gill and Harry Hurley, just a few. And we would anticipate that Holy Spirit caught a little bit off guard just with the fact of went right down the field looking for the extra point unit here. And a quick timeout already called.
Yeah, talk about opening up a game the way that was just opened up. Man, electricity is definitely in the air.
Yeah, the Spartans.
I'm wondering if the windmills were powering that electricity right around us.
All right, so there we go for the extra point attempt. Kick is down, and the kick is good. So 11:41 remains here early in this one. The Spartans 6, Atlantic City 0 here on BFA.
Everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
All right, and welcome back to Atlantic City for the big Thanksgiving matchup, the 93rd edition between the Spartans and the Vikings. Temporarily on the mic, Doug Stasic here alongside my brother from another, Al Fisher.
Only 19 seconds into this ball game, we already have ourselves a score. A little squib kick. They tried to catch Atlantic City off guard.
Yeah, I think what you see there is a respect level. They didn't want to kick the ball deep to Russell, knowing that he can light it up real quick. So expect to see Mr. LaShawn Trussell here with his 597 yards rushing as the Atlantic City offense gets ready to take the field. Already trailing 7-0.
Eric Strecker, the leader at quarterback at 6'3", 380 pounds in his senior season.
So shotgun formation, handoff, and it is off the left side.
Man, look at Trussell running hard. LaShawn Trussell with a big run there for Atlantic City.
And that's actually Packard.
Alan Packard. Packard, not only a running back, but an outside linebacker, middle linebacker, plays both sides of the football.
So 11:15 with the clock ticking here early in the first. And Trussell going to keep it. Almost a Wildcat-like formation. A little RPO action for you. For those Eagles fans, a little Jalen Hurts-esque. And it's going to be 2nd and 8 now here for the Vikings. So Trussell did a good job trying to draw the Holy Spirit defense, led by Mike Francisco. And Francisco with 92 tackles on the season. Again, you talk about a guy who's beefy.
Yeah, you talk about Francisco. Again, 92 tackles to your point, leading this Holy Spirit defense.
3 receivers split to the far side of the field.
And try to do a little bit of double duty, but a stuff there on the defensive line by number 12. And that's, again, Michael Francisco. We talked about a guy that piles up tackles like Ernest and Sons Meat Market, piles up ham this time of year. I'll tell you what, man, he sliced and diced his way all the way through the line of scrimmage.
Well, he has a nose for the football, maybe a nose for the ham, too.
Well, you're a ham. You eat a lot of ham, at least. I don't know if maybe, I guess you are a ham.
I've shut down a couple of buffets in my day.
Yeah, well, I don't have to shut down or being thrown out. Those are two different things.
Well, I was trying to at least take myself off the hook.
All right, so Trussell again, comes out in a very, I call it a Holy Spirit-like move. So Holy Spirit runs a lot of their offense through Cohen offensively. Now you see Russell lining up as the quarterback as opposed to Streckler. So trying to catch the Spartans off guard. Pretty good offensive setup here. And why not put the ball in your hand as much as you can to the guy that your offense lights up? And I'm hearing that Trussell looked pretty good in warm-ups throwing the football. So something they have to be concerned about. All right, so he shoots through up the middle.
Well, our crack production team gave us that information. We knew all.
So it is going to bring up 4th and 10.
And no, we are not Mike Gill and Harry Hurley, by the way.
Yeah, no, we're still not, actually.
No, we're not.
Nah, so a little bit of an audio challenge. So we're pinch hit. We're like the backup quarterback today. See, back in '94, if I was a better player, man, this would have been my my Alamo. Hey, get in there.
Yeah, get in there, Stash.
The other guy,
bring some water.
He's not ready, man. Come on.
Bring some water bottles.
Get these guys hydrated, would you?
There you go.
All right, so now dropping back to pass is straight. Oh, look at this. Wide open, but an overthrow. So attempt there by number 9, Dylan Colmone. That one falls incomplete. So a little bit of razzle-dazzle on 4th and 10. Nobody in the vicinity, and as such, you look here at the BFA Calvi Electric instant replay. Trying to get the ball out there to Trussell, but great hustle and great pressure by the Spartan defense.
Yeah, good play call. Just unfortunately couldn't execute on that one. Did have him open for a short time, but unable to connect.
All right, so now Cohen in the gun. And he's going to pitch, and it looks like they're going to try to go for the halfback pass going deep down the right side. Stewart double covered. He catches the football, and they say he's in bounds.
Wow, what a catch right there by Elijah Stewart.
Are you kidding me? Is right. I mean, just look at the patience and the confidence. So a lot of patience here is a great throw. And it was just a heave-ho by Eric Roman. So Eric Roman, no more for his defensive prowess, where he has 3 interceptions and returned 2 of them for touchdowns. He throws the ball down the right sideline.
Yeah, great adjustment, though, by Elijah Stewart. Keep his feet in bounds. Got both feet in bounds, as a matter of fact. We only need one.
So Stewart now is in motion as Cohen looks back. He swings it out to Stewart. Stewart on the left side, and he is going to cut upfield. He's got a first down, and he gets rodeoed down by who else? Trussell.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Trussell. Good execution by Holy Spirit in that play. Obviously, Stewart is a big part of this offense, and he shows it right there.
So another first down for the Spartans. They're now creeping at the 22, just outside of the green red zone offense. I never understood why they call it green. But anyway, it's red zone. Slot to the right. Cohen, inside pitch.
That's Rowan.
And a good square up run there by Roman.
Yeah, it was Roman.
So Roman, the senior, 5'9", 175 pounds. Getting some early touches. The old senior send-off. Roman been a standout in the program. We talked a lot about tradition. Certainly his father, part of this Holy Spirit Spartan program, both as a player and now coach.
So go ahead. 2nd down and 8 for the Spartans.
So we got slot left. It's Cohen. He's going to keep it and run around the left side. Going to find his way for the first down and more. He dives down into the 5 before he's finally dragged down by number 54 of the Vikings.
Yeah, real nice inside run by Trevor Cohen, showing he's got some great power and speed. And gets the first down for the Spartans.
Yeah, so a good wrap up there by Custodio. But Cohen looking confident as he goes back into the Spartan huddle. Now with just over 6.5 minutes here in the first quarter of play.
Spartans coming out, firing all cylinders right now.
So Cohen snaps. He looks to his right. Almost sacked. Somehow he magically gets away. And he gets pushed out of bounds as a yellow flag ends up. And you're going to see Cohen right out of the gun. I had no idea how Cohen got out of the grip of the big defensive lineman in Williams. But he manages to stay on his feet, picks up the yardage, and gets a personal foul call against Atlantic City, where even Mike Gill at the other end of the booth on radio right now saying, I don't know if I love that call.
Yeah, maybe Cohen has the nickname Magic Man because he looked magical in that last escape.
Well, if he's the Magic Man, chances are he's going to look for Stewart, Mr. El Diablo himself. And Cohen does. He swings it out, right-hand side, and what do you know? Stewart crosses the goal line, and a Spartan touchdown.
Yeah, easy touchdown for the Spartans. Elijah Stewart walks right in, receiving the pass from Cohen.
And here it is. A big-time play for Petrosh's Big Top on the replay. So Stewart walks in, thinking about his holiday plans, and if you need to gather a bigger space for your family, call our friends at Petrosh's Big Top. They're in Egg Harbor City for all your holiday party rental needs. Thanks to Stephen Petrosh and the team over at Petrosh's Big Top. All right, the fridge checks in. It's senior day, and they're not going to stop him.
Oh,
my. You don't need to be tackle eligible when you line up in the backfield, but convert with the big man, number 71, Brad Stroby, the 6'8", 280-pound junior.
Well, the two-point conversion is good. I know if I was playing football, I would have been a turnstile there because I would have moved right out of the way.
Trying to stop that guy is like trying to stop you from grabbing the turkey at this table later on. That's not happening.
And the black olives. That's the first thing I go, I love black olives, yeah, 100%. They always have to get an extra can for me.
All right, well, the Spartans offense now leading 15-0 here in the first quarter. They are carving up the Vikings defense like a fresh turkey from Ernest and Sons Meat Market there in Brigantine. So you need to.
They think you carve a couple slices for me?
Listen, I think they might actually give you some. I mean, they'll at least let you buy one.
Maybe they could bring some to the booth. Nah, I'm just a good. It was a joke.
I got to thank Mel Cordelesa and the team for their sponsorship of this fine holiday extravaganza here on BFA. So now with 15-0 here in the first quarter, Spartans ready to kick. And a squib. Nonetheless, Spartans not wanting to let Trussell get the ball, but somehow he still ends up with it. Now it's going to be 1st and 10 at the 44. Wrapped up there by number 2, Nasir Turner. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Atlantic City from their own 44. 6:05 to go here in the first quarter of play.
Yeah, the Vikings are going to have to really start to get things going now, down 15-0. 2 scores, basically, and a 2-point conversion. Again, tough one for them. They haven't played since November 6th, so it's been a few weeks since they've played. Maybe trying to kind of knock the cobwebs out a little bit.
I would think so. I mean, there's something to be said about taking live reps versus going through the paces at practice. Holy Spirit certainly doesn't want to end their season on a sour note after a tough loss there in the semifinals, as you had mentioned. So they seem to be pretty charged up. Double reverse. Flip ends up to number 5. And a great play. So Jay-Sean Wright able to pick up about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5, or call it a long 4 for the Spartans. Good wrap up there by number 13, Eric Roman. Good pursuit, but Atlantic City, nice job on the right side of their line, making things happen. And so Roman helped out with the assist by number 33, and that's Marcus Lewis.
You talking about making things happen. They make things happen down at RK Chevrolet, Kia Subaru of Vineland right there on Almond and Delsey Drive. Thank you for your support and sponsorship of today's game.
So the hard count from Atlantic City trying to draw the Spartans, but they end up backing themselves up. Illegal procedures the call. The clock will stop momentarily. 5:17 remaining here in the first. But that nice play to start off for the Vikings backs them up. Now result in a 2nd and 9 scenario.
Yeah, Vikings definitely want to move forward, not backwards. That's going to be a tough one. Now it's 2nd and 9, so 2nd and long for the Vikings.
So the Vikings now looking to spread things out. Slot to the left, spread out, receiver to the right. RPO, handoff to the inside to Turner. Turner might have picked up one there. So did you pack any libations or maybe run into somebody that might have been in the parking lot? Could offer us one? Because switching the cameras and calling play-by-play at the same time, it's like
this is not what we were expecting.
Yeah.
We're ready to do play-by-play in color for this one and do a scoreboard and do a switcher. We're still trying to find a sound.
So it's going to be 3rd and 8, and we have a timeout on the field, and that is called by Atlantic City. So with 4:06, we'll step away here in Atlantic City.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
Happy Thanksgiving again to everyone from our cast and crew here at BFA Sports and WPG. Mike Gill and Harry Hurley on the radio right now is myself, Doug Stasic, and brother from another, Al Fisher. We are the backup quarterbacks for this one. So,
I'm going to throw an old, I feel like Mike Barillo, which only people who lived in the 70s and 80s would know who that was. He was a backup quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles back in the day, and that's who I feel like right about now.
So direct snap and a quick swing out pass completed to number 4, and that's Greg Williams. So Williams, the 6-foot senior, 155-pounder. He leads the squad in receiving yards this season for Atlantic City, so no surprise that he gets the call, trying to pick up some much-needed yardage. But nonetheless, it's going to be 4th and 5 now for the Vikings.
Vikings on their own side of the field, taking a chance to give the Spartans a short field if they don't convert.
Yeah, if you really want to know if you're ever loved, try getting a text from your mom when you're on the air saying, "Do you need me to send your nephew? Because it sounds like you need help."
Yeah, send them.
Incomplete pass there on 4th down. It'll be 1st and 10 now. Spartans going the other way.
Yeah, great defensive play right there by the Spartans. It's now going to be 1st and 10 at the 49 of Atlantic City.
Yeah, so Holy Spirit, man, they've had a really great offensive line for years. And Coach Kevin Burns, saw him over there. He's a guy that prided himself back in the 90s, played in this game, and certainly now from a coaching standpoint, takes a lot of pride in this offensive line. And a couple of really good standouts, but the guy who starts it all is the center, Javion McGee. So the center, 5'10" senior, 220 pounds. This is certainly a game of tradition for his family, and one that I know that they're all watching, looking forward to. As a swing pass, so Stewart.
Razzle-dazzle.
Oh, and he's wide open.
Man.
And they're not going to get him. Number 15 into the end zone for the Spartans.
Wow, the Spartans have come out to play today, baby. A little razzle-dazzle.
Sean Burns. We're going to take a look at this one. So a direct snap, wildcat formation, goes to Stewart, Stewart to Cohen, and Cohen all the way down the sideline to Burns. And that is going to be a huge Spartan touchdown.
Talking about striking quick.
Yeah, you know, there's 3 games being played later on today in the NFL. Big fantasy day. But I got to tell you right now, if you got the connection of Stewart and Burns and Cohen, you're in pretty good shape with that stack.
I was on the waiver wire this morning. I actually picked both of them up. So I'm doing all right. Oh, a fake.
Oh, why not go for a fake conversion to pass is complete. Eric Roman gets a chance to catch it, but he's not going to be able to convert.
I guess the Spartans must have known they were going to be on BFA Sports doing all this razzle-dazzle. There's hate to use the word electricity here, but there's a ton of it.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of power going on through this Spartan offense. And if you're looking for some residential electric work, now offered is Calvi Electric. Not only do commercial, been a family established for decades down here in Atlantic City, now doing residential work. So call the team at Calvi Electric. And a guy that sometime might be conflicted. So Michael Brestel, number 99, retired number there at Holy Spirit. His daughter, man, fantastic basketball players for Atlantic City.
Well, definitely some emotions are a little at a skew, if you will, on this one. But you can't go wrong because I guess Calvi Electric had a little bit of something to do with electricity here at this stadium today.
Well, Spartans are lighting up the scoreboard in Atlantic City early in this one.
How many more electric references do you want to make in this one? You going to make a few
keep
more?
it going.
All right. Man, 21-0 early in this contest. Pretty insane. With still 3 minutes and 4 seconds left in the first quarter. Not the first half. 3 minutes and 4 seconds, 21 points on the board for the Holy Spirit Spartans.
So Mason Forte now with the kick, and they let him kick this one away. And it's going to go out of bounds, so that's going to be a free yellow flag and a possession that starts for the Vikings up there at the 40-yard line. They're going to probably actually they're going to take over first 10 at the 35.
I don't know if Calvi had anything to do with these Holy Spirit Spartans being amped up, but they're ready to play. Oh, my brother from another Doug Stasic throwing his hands in the air after I'm trying to
not at you. I'm just there's a lot going on right now in the booth, so we're having some fun with it. Yeah, again, family affair, man. A lot of generations celebrating and look forward to enjoying this game every single year. Now Atlantic City offense back to work.
Oh!
And a big-time blitz right through the left side of the line. And Will Maribel, the big defensive tackle, 6'2" senior, absolutely just bringing it. That there, he gets through what you call the lookout block, and he lands on the quarterback.
So now second down and long for the Vikings.
Yeah, there is the beefy defensive tackle.
Showing a lot of speed out of that D tackle position.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 18 as the clock ticks away. 2 minutes and 20 seconds in the first here in Atlantic City. Pitch out to the left and nowhere to go.
Man, like a jailbreak with all Spartans players around.
Woo, baby. So Jeremiah Williams gets the call, the freshman for the Vikings, but Spartan defense just was not having it.
Looks like no gain on the play. I don't know if it was actually a sack. Oh, no, it was. It's 3rd and 22 now.
All right. So the Vikings trying to go back to work here, looking for an answer to this suffocating Spartan defense. And they're going to go double slot formation. Snap is called. Ball is fired, looking on the slant, but it falls incomplete. So the incomplete pass intended for Williams brings up 4th and 22.
Yeah, Holy Spirit Spartans not only playing some superior offense, but playing some great defense so far in this early contest.
Good crowd out here in Atlantic City for this annual holiday tradition on both sides of the field. And Cole Moon looked like he was getting ready to punt, but we have a false start against the Vikings. So the Vikings are backed up a bit wide. It's going to be about 4th and a bus trip as they look to go into the punt formation.
Or a boat ride, because we're right by the bay.
Yeah, not bad. 2 good crew programs from both Atlantic City and Holy Spirit has got a phenomenal view of the bay. So Colmone, quick kick, goes straight up. Does get the kick off. But that one's going to be short, and it looks like it's going to go out of bounds at the 35, which was their original line of scrimmage. Probably about a 15-yard punt on that one, as now it's 1st and 10 for the Spartans, 35. And you probably anticipate that we're going to see quite a few players in this one for both sides of the team in this finale of the fall.
It definitely feels like fall today, very seasonably cool here in Atlantic City.
So it's going to be Cohen, 1st and 10. Stewart goes in motion. They swing it again to Stewart. This time Stewart not going to get around. So big defensive play by number 5, Jay Sean Wright, shoots through the right side and is able to make the nice defensive play for the Vikings. You'll see here on Petrosh's big time play for the Atlantic City defense.
Yeah, great team defense right there. Good job by the initial tackler, but swarming in to finish him off.
Hey, look at the size of this Spartan line. I just mentioned Petrosh's big top. You're going to need a pretty good-sized tent to cover up all those guys, especially around the holidays. So who better to call when you need to get a place for the family to hang out in someplace warm when you need to take the outdoors, make it feel inside during the holidays? So that is going to bring up a 3rd and 9 play.
I was thinking about having an outdoor event.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'd say right in the middle of dead of winter. Probably be a good idea. What do you think?
That was Luke Savell there on the catch for the Spartans. It's going to be 3rd and 9. Slot to the right. Cohen drops back, looks to his left, and it completes it to who else? Stewart. So the first time in this one that the Spartans have had a 4th down situation. So it'll be interesting to see if they decide to go for it or try to push him back in the corner.
Yeah, it's a pretty long field goal attempt. So field position-wise, I would think the Spartans are going to go for it.
I think 40's long of the season is about 30 yards, so I got to argue that 47 is probably a not realistic right now in this one, especially in the bay. Sometimes the wind be a little bit tricky. So slot right now, 4th and 5 as the Spartans go for it. Cohen fires to his left again. Falls incomplete. So option route there. Looks like they weren't on the same page, but most important for the Vikings, turnover on downs.
Yeah, looking at that route that was run right there by Stewart, it looked like he went a little bit too deep because it obviously looked like the pass was there, but just not on the mark where Stewart thought it was supposed to be. So ball on the 30-yard line. Vikings own 30-yard line. And again, with only 14 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be this is going to be a situation that the Vikings want to just get something going. Positive note, move that football up the field, get a first down, and try to get some momentum going.
That Spartan defense has been so stout so far. Again, early in this game, only a quarter in, but they are definitely fired up.
And so we got a handoff, a little bit of razzle here for the Vikings. Goes all the way down the field, and he completes the pass. Great play. So the heave by Jay-Sean Wright is completed. Williams makes his way behind the defense, and you'll take a look at it. A little halfback pass, but Wright. A little bit of desperation, but nice job by Williams as he works his way back to the football. Finally brought down by Michael Pena. But it's a first down for the Vikings.
Yeah, the Vikings not to be outdone. Have their own a little bit of electricity bringing it in. Again, maybe powered by Calvi Electric. But we'll go to a break. As we just finished the first quarter, we'll see you right here back on BFA Sports.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
(21-0) Holy Spirit as we head into the second quarter here on BFA Sports. Doug Stasic again, my brother from another, Al Fisher on the live stream, while Mike Gill and Harry Hurley over on 95.5 FM dial WPG. And the Vikings, after picking up a first down on a nice halfback pass from Wright to Williams, try to keep the drive alive and going, but denied is LaShawn Trussell.
Yeah, Trussell met right in the backfield on that last play. Looks like he lost maybe 2 on the play, actually 3. So it should be 2nd and 13. And according to Mike Gill, he only lost 2 on the play. So you can hear him in the background. That looks like 3 to me.
Well,
I don't know what school he went to.
Arithmetic wasn't Mike Gill's strong suit in school.
Definitely not. Definitely not. I would say that he probably could battle me at the buffet, though.
Yeah, you and Gil probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you guys you're probably tied for a number of buffets you've both been thrown out of. Asked to leave.
Oh man.
So 2nd and 13, dropping back to pass, and now firing down the right side, but out of the reach of Williams.
There is a flag down.
So Atlantic City giving everybody opportunities to throw the ball. Number 16. So it looks like pass was intended, but had fallen short. There was a flag on the play as it was happening prior to a bit of well wishes of everyone having a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been a little
play.
bit. Yep, sorry about that, Doug. It looked like it might have been either a defensive hold or pass interference on the Spartans on this last play. We'll see what the call is.
Yeah, not quite sure. It looks like probably initial call is pass interference during the play, and then after the play, there's a lot of guys.
A little bit of excitement.
Well, they were both arguing what's the best side dish for Thanksgiving dinner, and apparently
string bean casserole won.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what it was. Yep. I don't know. It's not necessarily my favorite, but I'm thinking about Mom right now, and but she used to make a great string bean casserole, man.
With the Funyuns on it.
Yeah. Oh god. And it was perfectly crispy. It wasn't overly crispy. Oh my gosh, I'm getting hungry. I better stop talking about eating.
You're always hungry. All right, so
going way back here.
So they walk them both. So they walk both the penalties off. It's going to end up going against Atlantic City here, and it is going to bring up 3rd and a long way. So at that point, I can't really.
So it was offensive pass interference? I'm assuming if you went back both times, you had.
Yeah, unless they picked up the initial flag on the interference and then felt that the melee afterwards had to be enforced. So 3rd and a long way as they give the ball to Trussell. Trussell tries to get to the left side, and he is met by a trifecta of Spartans. Gavin Roman there rolls off, along with number 12, Michael Francisco. So 2 guys that have hammered down the defense for the Spartans all season long, continuing to get it done, and it's 4th and a very long way.
I put down 4th and 32 initially. We'll just see. 4th and a couple of area codes.
See what they can get done here. Here's the one thing. Both teams have emptied their playbook portfolio. I mean, they're using everything that they can. Coach Wright giving quite a few guys opportunity to try to throw the football here, but it looks like they do send in the punter, Coulmon. Coulmon's going to throw, and it is complete, but way short of the first down. Try to catch the Spartans off guard. So Totoro, he grabs the ball. Pass is complete, but he's brought down by Michael Pena, and it's going to be 1st and 10, Holy Spirit, here at the 48 or 49-yard line.
Yeah, great gang tackling by the Spartans. Finish that drive off for the Vikings. So turnover on downs. Get to see if the Spartans can keep the momentum going as they lead 21-0 with 9:58 left here in the second.
So 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Cohen, reverse pitch. Oh, here goes another halfback pass, and it's intercepted. Big play coming back the other way for Atlantic City is Moody.
Ball on the ground.
So great defense here by Moody. You're going to see the halfback pass. Roman goes deep down the right side, but what an athletic play.
Woo.
You talk about going up and getting the football at its highest point. That is a prime-time play by Moody.
That's a prime-time play there.
So the Atlantic City defense comes up big. Now it's their opportunity to answer the bell.
I know the public address announcer was pumped up about that one.
Moody,
he was all fired up.
Getting some love on the teammates from the sideline there.
So 1st and 10 from the Vikings' own 35-yard line.
Coach Keenan Wright hoping they can convert a little bit of this momentum swing into some points here in the second quarter.
You know, Coach Al Russo on that last play trying to fight. He's fighting for his 50th win, actually, today.
Yeah, Coach A.J. Russo done a really nice job with the Spartans. Trussell picks the ball up off the ground, and he is smacked by Eric Roman, but that was after a 6-yard pickup. And there is Russell as he heads towards the sideline, looking for the play. He's going to run the offense here for Coach Wright. And they're going to make that 2nd and 3. So nice positive play here to start this drive for Atlantic City. Williams now is going to be spread out towards the bottom of your screen, wide right. Totoro in the slot. Trussell grabs the ball, and he's going to keep it. He's going to be just short of the first down, but a very manageable 3rd and 1. This is where the fundamental football is going to come into play for this AC offensive line, as there are some guys that are quite big on the Holy Spirit defensive tackle front. You know, we've already seen a couple nice plays by Will Marable. He's going to be one of them. Guaranteed he's going to be probably lined up in the A gap.
Not only big, but athletic. Very athletic defensive line for the Spartans.
And here it is, 3rd and 1. They're going to put Trussell back in the gun. He's going to hand it off. And it looks like they got enough for the first down. So Alan Packard.
Yeah, Packard giving the second effort to get that first down for the Vikings. And it is indeed 1st and 10.
Yeah, good work here by the Atlantic City offensive line. They stay low. Packard able to square up those shoulder pads and push forward to convert. So Atlantic City now, last 2 possessions, been able to show that they can move the football. Got a big defensive stop, and they're going to continue to try to move this football across midfield.
Clock ticking at 7:32 left in this first half.
So Trussell again in the gun. Bit of a pistol formation, bunch to the left. Oh, so they try to inside screen to Colmone, but a heads-up play by the Spartan defense, and Marable gets the big mitts up to knock it down.
Well, Marable built like a tank, and a very athletic tank, but maybe not the paws to make that catch.
And you start seeing guys at these sizes, and you're like, man, what do these guys eat? And I can tell you, most likely they probably order their steaks from Ernest and Sons Meat Market in Brigantine. All of your needs.
I may have to. It's only a stone throw away. I might have to take a ride. Or do you think they're open on Thanksgiving Day?
No. Mel, family-run business.
What?
So that's not going to.
I can't knock on the door and say, "Can you come downstairs and open up just for me?"
Yeah, we could text them.
All right.
Mel will hook you up.
Right.
Get your holiday orders in now, Al.
There you go.
You know, don't wait. It's not worth waiting. Make sure you get what you need. Call Ernest and Sons Meat Market. So we're back in the live action. Pass is complete to Williams, but he is brought down almost immediately by the Spartan defense. And that one, number 12, Michael Francisco. And Francisco coming into this game had 92 tackles to lead this defense all season long.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't a San Francisco treat for the Atlantic City Vikings.
So it's a gain of a 1, we'll call it. 3rd and a long 9.
Wasn't that Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat?
Rice-A-Roni was the San Francisco treat.
All right,
Yeah.
just making sure.
All right. Trussell goes all the way down the field, tries to connect, but he can't get the ball into the hands of Jay Sean Wright. Great defensive coverage by Roman. So good rotation there by the Spartan defense. Safety help over the top. Textbook execution, just what you would want. It's going to be 4th and, again, a long 9. But certainly the Vikings giving the Spartan defense a bit to think about, coming out in a bunch of different formations, a bunch of different packages, and you don't know who's going to break the huddle and have the ball in their hand. So now Colmone, the punter, he's back, and this time he does punt it, but it goes straight up. Favorable Atlantic City bounce, and it's going to go all the way down to the 25 of Holy Spirit. So with 6:11 remaining in the first half of play, the Holy Spirit Spartans lead the Atlantic City Vikings 21-0 here on BFA. Today's broadcast brought to you by our friends at Ulmer's Appliance Service, Matt Ulmer down in Florida. So we are stepping up to help him out with his fantastic coverage of the Cape Atlantic League football all season long.
Well, that's some serious coverage he's all down in Florida, man.
Yeah.
Well,
He's probably covering himself in like coconut oil or something right now.
I can believe that.
Yeah, I can too. If you're, everybody, we love Matt, but Matt has this like glowing tan about him constantly.
He does.
It's because he's high profile now, staying in Florida.
Is it Matt Hollywood Ulmer?
Yeah.
All right.
Hollywood. All right, Spartans take over. Cohen, direct snap. He goes up the middle. He's going to break it for about 6-7 yards. Big chunk.
Yeah, real nice inside run by Cohen.
So it'll be 2nd and 3 after a pickup of 7. Number 78, Mekhi Grant on the takedown for the Vikings.
Clock ticking with 5:45 left in the first half.
So slot left as Holy Spirit looks to continue to run the spread. Cohen grabs the snap. He fires to his left and too high, intended for Stewart.
Pass just a little bit too strong for Stewart to handle. A little high.
Well, see Coach A.J. Russo in the background. Pretty sure he wasn't looking forward to trying to catch that pass. That one had some mustard on it.
Might need a hot dog or pretzel company to kind of follow that ball.
All right, so Cohen in the gun again. He's by himself. 3-step drop. He looks to his right, fires. And this play is this time on point for Elijah Stewart. And they will move the sticks to a Holy Spirit first down.
Yeah, nice execution there by the Spartans. Pass was right there on point. The clock continues to tick with 5:09 left in the first half.
Spartans in the classic white with the gold lettering. I know athletic director Steve Normain was pretty excited to roll these out. And Cohen, he's going to keep it to his left. He's going to break across midfield. He's down to the 40, one man to beat. And a touchdown saving tackle. It's not going to happen. Finally pushed out at the 2.
Stayed on his feet. Talk about athleticism.
So look at Cohen. You see it here. It looks like, well, he had a great play. Was he going to be wrapped up and down? So Moody had him. But now look, does he touch? He fell on top of Moody, and he didn't. His knee didn't go down.
He did not go down. Wow.
That is a SportsCenter top 10 run. So great work there by our camera crew to get this one. But can't argue that one. That is a big-time play by Cohen. And they go to the fridge. 78. It's a touchdown. Big-time play by the big-time lineman. 6'3",
Man,
305 pounds, I'm sorry, the senior. So it's senior day as A.J. Russo continues to roll that one out. And I got to say, that touchdown had to be brought to you by Ernest & Sons Meat Market because that was beefy.
Oh, I didn't want to take anything away from Ernest & Sons Meat Market, but, I thought maybe that was a Chevy Tough truck going through that that defensive line right there.
A lot of horsepower.
A lot of horsepower right there at Arcade Chevrolet at Delsey Drive and Almond Road in Violin, New Jersey.
So Forte, his kick is up, and his kick is good. 4:13 remaining in the first half. It's 28-0. The Spartans way out in front, and the refrigerator usually doesn't get to take it into the end zone. You're just going to take something out. And you're going to watch the replay by the big man. I mean, look at Bartlett.
Look at the moves.
Would not be
He's
denied.
in cutback. He got a little cutback action. Are you kidding me?
Little shimmy.
Wow.
He did the shimmy. All right. We're going to take a quick step away from Atlantic City. We'll be back here on BFA.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
All right, and we're back here at Holy Spirit, the 93rd meeting of Atlantic City and the Spartans. BFA Sports' Doug Stasic joined alongside my brother for another Al Fisher here on the BFA live stream. And for those of you en route from one place to another, our buddies Mike Gill and Harry Hurley on WPG 95.5. Squib kick starts this one, and picking it up for Atlantic City is right, I believe. And he'll.
Well, if it wasn't right, we'd be wrong. I can tell you that.
And indeed it was.
We're having fun because this is what truly drinking through a fire hose is all about.
Yeah. Again, want to thank our friends at Calvi Electric, Petrosh's Big Top, Ernest and Sons Meat Market, RK Chevrolet, Kia, and Subaru, Matt Ulmer's Appliance Services, and again, our friends at WPG 95.5. Sure to tune in every day. Harry Hurley in the morning. And the hospitality, Al, here at Atlantic City, second to none. Athletic Director Chris Ford and his team, very welcoming and accommodating here in the press box.
Yeah, top notch. Got ourselves right in the middle of the action here. Oh! Is that marble again on it? Nope.
That one's coming through the lines, number 31. And flying.
Also made on the flag makes it second down and 18.
So making it second and 18 was number 31.
I thought that was a single digit, but
Yeah,
my
I
eyes
don't
are
know.
bad.
I could be looking wrong at the jersey there, buddy.
Just brought to you by
no.
Lens Crafters.
Yeah, well, it was Sean Finan, actually, number 21. So talk about feeling old. His pop, Tom, one of my teammates back then in the Spartans, playing our senior game in 1994. So Finan with a nice play, fires through the line of scrimmage. So ball's going to be kept yet again. Trussell doesn't have much room as he's brought down by Francisco and number 44.
Spartans turning up.
Robert McDevitt.
Sorry about that. Spartans turn up the defense and the heat. On Atlantic City Vikings is now going to be third and about 20.
I can pretty much guarantee that Holy Spirit defense right now has one number on the brain, and that is 0. So these are one of those situations that you're always going to look back on this game for years, and as a senior, could be your last one with the shoulder pads and the helmet on. But regardless, it's going to be the last game for those seniors in a Spartan helmet. And the Vikings try to keep things going, and bounce around the right side is number 5, Jay Sean Wright. So Wright running the ball after showing off his arm just a little bit while ago.
Yeah, I would think this Spartan squad has a little extra incentive, especially the fact that they've won the last 3 games in this rivalry by a shutout win. So this would be 4 in a row if they do accomplish that. You think that's what I think my math is right? 3, and then you add 1 is 4?
Carry
okay,
the 1.
There's no carrying 1.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
All right. You were testing me?
I was trying.
Yeah, all right.
You passed. Congratulations.
Thank you. Now I need to pass a physical.
So Coleman, his punt is fielded deep by number 1, Gavin Roman. And Roman will take it inside to Atlantic City territory. It'll be 1st and 10 Spartans just at the 40-yard line.
Just 1 minute, 37 seconds left here in the first half. Again, Spartans lead the Vikings 28-0.
Vikings take over at the 39-yard line, 41-yard line, 1st and 10 Spartans.
So Cohen, empty backfield. He looks to his right, and he's escapes yet again. So the Magic Man gets pushed out of bounds. There is a flag on the play. I'm anticipating it's going to be a holding call.
Cohen looks like, is he the reincarnation of Steve Young? He is a lefty. He runs with power.
Yeah, no, he has a nose, and as anticipated, holding against the Spartans. But, yeah, from Cohen, I mean, nose for running the football. Certainly a dual threat, and that keeps defenses on their heels. So, 1,352 passing yards going into this game. Add on another 500 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns through the air, 5 on the ground. You certainly got to worry about where he is. But when you have great weapons around you, guys like Stewart, guys like Roman, guys like Burns, it just goes on and on and on. Very hard to defend the many options.
First and about 27, I would say.
Cohen fires the ball right side, and this time he is complete. And who else Stewart.
Spartans looking just to matriculate the football down the field to try to gain all that yardage they lost on the penalties.
So it'll be second and about 19. Right now you can see Atlantic City defense doing a good job taking accountability of where Stewart right now is lining up in the formation. So they did a nice job wrapping up there.
This might be a good spot for Cohen to run on a quarterback sneak. He runs so hard, he can probably pick up a good chunk of yardage.
So Cohen, swing pass out to the left side. This time he also connects, and it's going to be number 13. And again, Eric Roman. So it looks like we have a timeout on the field by the Spartans with 1:05 remaining here in the first half. It's going to be 3rd and 7 when play resumes. Again, shout out and thanks to our friend Matt Ulmer, heads up the Cape Atlantic League YouTube channel, for all of his support, and we love collaborating with Matt. He's enjoying some family time down there in Florida, all jest aside. And, of course, all of our sponsors, Calvi Electric, right out of Atlantic City. Be sure to contact them for your residential electric needs. Ernest & Sons Meat Market and Butcher Shop there in Brigantine for all of your holiday party tray needs. And speaking of the holidays, you need to rent some outdoor tents, need to get the family together, have a nice party coming up, some entertaining pieces for the kids. Call our friends at Petrosh's Big Top. Steve Petrosh and his team, located on the White Horse Pike in Egg Harbor City, proud sponsors of today's Thanksgiving broadcast. Cohen in the shotgun. He's throwing down the left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Holy Spirit.
And
it's
who again?
Complete to Eric Roman. So he finds himself some space in the seam, and he is fired up. So the senior grabbing a touchdown here as you see him able to hang on, bounce off the defender, and nobody is going to catch him.
Wow. Just
Spartan defense is on display, and unfortunately it looks like we got a shaken up Atlantic City Viking player down on the field. Not sure who that is, but we're going to check out if we can see who that might be.
that was actually Michael Francisco with the touchdown.
Francisco with a touchdown. So the defender gets the offensive touchdown.
Yeah, the Rice-O-Roni San Francisco treat.
All right, so we got a shaken up player on the field. We are going to step away, but he did get back to his feet, and so Cabrera appears to be the player shaken up, and he looks like he is going to be A-OK. So tough spot there. And so we have a second. We'll take a look at this Holy Spirit 39-yard touchdown from Cohen. And you see him here, waste no time. Going three-step drop, let her rip. And again, that was Michael Francisco.
And he finished that off like he was a seasoned veteran, the wide receiver position.
Yeah, he's usually known for tackling guys, not the one running by him.
Got to feel pretty cool to be on the other end of that.
So Francisco on that one, playing the tight end position. Did a nice job on the release. And another opportunity. And look at this big man.
Wow.
So number 52 for the Spartans, Javion McGee, the center. Usually he gets the chance to block. Hey, coach, hey, run a two-point conversion. So what an awesome memory for the senior McGee from Absecon.
Coach A.J. Russo throwing everything but the kitchen sink so far.
Well, I just love the fact they're doing everything they can to reward their linemen. So there's a theme going on here. It looks like they're working across their line left to right when they get a chance to give them the ball. And as you saw there, on the BFA replay, Javion McGee, the senior, the 2-point conversion. Man, got big guys running the football around it. Talk about memories. It's a good payoff, man. It's a good payoff for doing all that hard work.
Obviously, Coach A.J. Russo looking to kind of put a little extra twist and get everybody just kind of a taste on this Thanksgiving morning.
Well, I can tell you right now, from the McGee family, I don't see Grandma Barb McGee over there jumping up and down, but if you see a woman jumping up and down the Holy Spirit bleachers right now, I can certainly tell you that would be her, because she is certainly proud of her grandson. His biggest fan by far, and a tough one, because these guys had to deal with the passing of his grandfather not so long ago, and so I can certainly say that that's a blessing for the McGee family this Thanksgiving. And back to action. Another sweep kick for the Spartans. And ball handled and fumbled. It's a scrum. And Atlantic City able to jump back on the football. And that is number 19. Andrew Bing Lester on the recovery.
Now just 50 seconds left in this first half. 36-0 in favor of the Spartans over the Vikings.
Good strip play there by number 2 for the Spartans, Michael Weaver Jr. But nonetheless, Atlantic City still able to end up with the football.
Really impressed with the offensive output by the Spartans of Holy Spirit, making it tough on this Viking squad.
Well, here's a great chance now for the Viking offense get something going. So Packard set back by himself. He's going to get the pitch. He heads to his left, fights his way up to the 45, possibly the 46. And a good takedown there by the Spartans.
Clock continues to tick. 30 seconds left of the first half.
Sean Finan on the wrap-up. Again, Holy Spirit defense. Guarantee there's going to be a common theme here, and that's going to be to keep that 0 on the scoreboard. What's about the game within the game? You always have something you got to play for. It might be up big right now on the scoreboard, but they still want to play smart defense and a fumbled snap. But nonetheless, the Vikings able to jump back on the football. Looked like number 36 for Atlantic City.
And that will end the half. So we will go to a break with the score. The Spartans 36, Vikings nothing, right here on BFA Sports. We'll be back after this short break.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982. We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
Our buddy Matt Ulmer down in Florida, Ulmer's Appliance Services, and of course WPG. So if you're in transit going from home to your loved ones, be sure to tune in to our buddy Harry Hurley and Mike Gill over on 95.5. But now it is 36-0 for the Holy Spirit Spartans. To say that it's been electric is an understatement.
An understatement done at least. They're throwing the whole playbook and then some at Atlantic City right now, as you see a big play by Trevor Cohen breaking the tackle there.
Yeah, Cohen with a Sports Center like top 10 play. You see him break away. Thought he was on the ground, but no, he just keeps on trucking like the Energizer Bunny as he carried that ball all the way down to the 2. And then the Spartans go to the offense. And when they go to the offense to punch it in, why not go to your huge tackle of a 305-pound variety? And you see there a number 78, and that is Barrett. It's kind of interesting to see Bartlett, that is.
Yeah, Jesse Bartlett, and I think this one right here is Michael Francisco, I believe, showing up from the defensive side. It was Michael Francisco. Look at the hands there, huh?
Yeah, Francisco led the team, 92 tackles going into this contest. Gets an opportunity on defense, and then you see the 2-point conversion here from the center, Javian McGee. And McGee, the Spartan center, get a chance to make some memories here and carry the ball in. Those were highlights of the first half, and we are already starting here in the second from Atlantic City. So it'll be 36-0, which means that it's going to be a running clock as well.
All right, looking forward to bringing it back here, BFA Sports.
All right, so 1st and 10. Coach Keenan Wright trying to rally the troops. Will be a running clock scenario. So this clock is going to melt pretty quickly, and I would imagine a pretty good opportunity. Speaking of making memories, we're going to see quite a few players get mixed in and out. So continue to do our best to keep up with the Joneses, per se.
Clock's already running.
Yeah, that's what happens when you start the ball game. All right, so here we go. Motion coming across, 1st and 10. Pass is thrown but tipped. So, good opportunity for quarterback 16, Anthony Tolbert. And we're going to see a lot of in and out now from a substitution perspective, both squads.
Clock continues to roll. 10:30 left here in the third quarter.
All right, so Atlantic City right now with Trussell and Packard in the backfield. And Packard going to go up the middle. He's going to get a first down and more, trying to break some tackles, but he's finally brought down by number 26.
Yeah, nice 20-yard run there.
Yeah, so George Coles with the takedown.
Obviously, the Spartans have that shutout in the back of their mind, as we mentioned earlier. 3 straight shutouts in this rivalry. But the Vikings penetrating deep into the defensive zone now at the 22-yard line. Or I should say the 27.
And you can see them getting close to the red zone. This ball is flipped to Packard, but he's going to be dropped for a loss. And in on the tackle for the Spartans was number 44, Robert McDevitt.
4-yard loss on the play, so now it's 2nd and 14 for the Vikings. Clock rolling with just over 9 minutes left in the third.
Want to wish a happy Thanksgiving to our buddy Pete Thompson. Pete Thompson, watching at home from the confines of his lazy boy, as he had texted me. He's enjoying the coverage, and one of the most rivaled traditions in South Jersey from a football scene is Holy Spirit and Atlantic City on the field. Pete Thompson has plenty of stories to share, and you can always be sure to catch him, usually at the 5 o'clock hour on the Mike Gill Show, 97.3 ESPN. PT, happy Thanksgiving.
Great job by Pete Thompson, as well as Mr. Mike Gill, but I don't like to give Mike Gill any credit. We had that kind of love relationship.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so it's 3rd down and 18 for the Vikings. The Spartans answer back after that big run, pushing back the Vikings 8 yards in the last 2 downs.
If you are checking us out on the BFA live stream, be sure to chime in, say hello, let us know who you're watching with. If you played in this rivalry, happy to give you a shout out here in the second half. Back to live action. Drop back. Nice pass from Trussell. Flag on the play. Falls incomplete.
I think that's thrown where it might be an offensive hold. So it's thrown right there in the center of the offensive line.
And the hold is against Atlantic City. That one is declined. And it's going to be 4th now. 4th and about 18. Our buddy Denny Van Pelt watching the game. The Baseball U family. Wonder if he's taking this in with his good buddy Rex Ryan. Usually we run into Rex over there.
Sexy Rexy over there, yeah.
All right, so Trussell back to pass, throws it deep down the right sideline, and it's caught for Atlantic City touchdown. Gregory Williams. This is just what the doctor ordered at halftime, and the doctor in this case, Coach Wright. Big pass there by Trussell, and he is able to connect with Gregory Williams. The Vikings are on the board.
Yeah, Derek Cason making the big call there, the public address announcer here in Atlantic City. All excited about that, finally doing something on the scoreboard.
Woo! Well, I know a guy that loves his Atlantic City football, but he's a Holy Spirit Spartan alum, the Reverend Joe Gaynor. Joey G out there watching. He is enjoying that one to see Williams haul in the AC touchdown. Happy Thanksgiving to you too there, buddy.
Oh, ball loose.
So Coleman going to roll out to his right, completes the pass, and Trussell, does he get in? Yes, they say he does. Yep. AC with the conversion. Again, able to reset the fuse when the Atlantic City offense with the Calvi Electric BFA replay, and Trussell just fights his way to
what, 2-point conversion? Is that what you're trying to get out?
That's what I was trying.
It wasn't the traditional way of trying to get an extra point, but they did get the 2-point conversion as they were lining up for the single conversion. So it's now 36-8 favor of the Spartans over the Vikings. Clock at 6:32 left in the third.
All right, and Holy Spirit coaches regrouping the troops, and my best guess trying to work in some additional players down the depth chart.
So the string has ended of 3 straight shutouts of the Vikings to the hands of the Holy Spirit Spartans. They're now on the board.
All right, so 36-8. We've seen some creative plays called in both of these playbooks. That one, though, was pretty straightforward.
Straightforward.
A little bit of extra willpower there. Make that one happen. So squib kick. Oh, and a bouncy ball, but nonetheless, number 74.
Yeah, bouncy ball.
Bouncy ball.
I
don't know what's in this coffee.
You're not going to get away with that one.
Yeah.
I got to tell Gil you have a bouncy ball over here.
Yeah, that was a bouncy one, all right. Ball recovered by Rocco Simeone.
You're supposed to tell me to shut up and just worry about the scoreboard.
Nah, it's all right. It's kind of like when we started off the half, and you said, hey, the clock's already running.
Well, it was running before you snapped the first.
That's what happens. It kicked off before that, but you were asleep.
Oh, I was asleep at the wheel. It's typical.
I don't know. We need a sponsor to help cure your narcolepsy. Easy on the turkey there, tryptophan man. All right, so the Spartan offense back to work here in the third. Trevor Cohen. He's got a slot to his right, but he's looking left, and he's going deep down the field.
He's got him
in
perfect.
Stride. He's got Stewart.
Unbelievable. Are you kidding me?
Wow. So you'll look at that again. A southpaw slinger in Cohen. And no hesitation. He knew who his target was. They're going to answer that Atlantic City touchdown with one of their own. And it doesn't get much prettier than that as he and Stewart connect yet again.
And you can see the chemistry there. 888 yards at Elijah Stewart coming from the hand of Trevor Cohen this year. Stewart with 12 touchdowns. What's that, his third of today?
Yeah.
At least his third?
A lot of high fives on the Spartan sideline right now.
Man, that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, lots of hugs you're going to see there. It's bittersweet as Elijah Stewart has made quite a few memories here as a Holy Spirit Spartan over these past 4 years.
Perfect execution, though, Doug. Perfect execution between Trevor Cohen, Elijah Stewart on that last play.
So the extra point attempt is no good. It's now 42-8 after Holy Spirit Spartans waste no time as Cohen connecting to Stewart feels like a frequent flyer card. We've heard that connection before. Continue to go back to the well. And the Spartans back to a 30-plus lead, 42-8 with 4:35 remaining. And there's some sights and sounds on the Spartan sideline. You know, Al, you had mentioned even at halftime some of these kids that are in a lot of these youth football programs, both the Atlantic City Dolphins and many of the numerous ones. A lot of them actually saw a couple kids in some Epseek and Blue Devil shirts out there at halftime. I mean, this is what it's all about. Like, these little guys think about what the future may hold for them, getting an opportunity to play in this game, looking up to the guys in both Atlantic City and the Holy Spirit uniforms and say, hey, this is going to be me in a couple of years. And it's generational. It's one of the things that makes this game really special.
You saw some great execution on that last play between Cohen and Stewart, but there's some great execution during halftime of these young folks. Great. I saw a great arm, and I wish I knew that young man's name, but he's the future of either Atlantic City or Holy Spirit or wherever he decides to go.
So Forte's kick down inside the 30. It's handled by number 6.
I think Sims on the return for Atlantic City brings it out to the 28-yard line.
And Sims gets a couple yards on the return, but it's going to be 1st and 10 at about the 28-yard line, it looks like. Atlantic City has had some success through the air in this one. I would anticipate they're going to continue to try to open this up, try to get some one-on-one matchups against some of the Spartan secondary. Trussell has not been hesitant to throw the ball, and he's been able to hook up and connect with Greg Williams quite a few times. And Williams spread out right at the top of your screen. Trussell waiting for his running back. So Turner now in the game. And it goes back to the air. Throwing down the middle and almost picked off by Gavin Roman. Pass intended for Dylan Colmone. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Again, the clock continues to melt. 3 minutes now as we're in a running clock format.
Talked about Atlantic City opening things up offensively to try to get back in this ball game. Obviously, if you want to open up your new car or truck, why don't you go see our friends down at RK Chevrolet, Kia Subaru of Vineland, New Jersey, right there on Delsey Drive and Almond Roads in Vineland, New Jersey. They will be more than happy. Great service that they provide.
So coming off that 2nd and 10, Trussell trying to keep the ball, but he's going to be brought down in the backfield by a pair of Spartans in Jay-Sean Teller and Will Marable. So 3rd and a baker's dozen. Again, great atmosphere for the Atlantic City Viking crowd. Mr. Derek Cason on the microphone. Keeping the fans pumped up here. Screen pass back to incomplete. And that one was intended for Packard. It's going to bring up 4th and 13.
Read the text. Is that, from,
Yeah.
That came right from Ulmer, didn't it? Did that come from Ulmer? Who is that from?
It's from That's Pete Thompson.
Oh, is it Pete Thompson sent that? That's great. Thank you, Pete. Thanks for the shot in the gut. I
All right,
appreciate
so
it.
the punt from Colmone down to the 30. It bounces inside, probably about the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Holy Spirit. They'll take over. So with 57 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, the Holy Spirit Spartans lead the Atlantic City Vikings 42-8. Well, there's a flag on the play. Looks like too many men on the field against Holy Spirit.
Well, the way this game's going, it looks like they already had too many men on the field. I thought they were playing with 13 or 14.
All right, so correction, and you could probably hear over the public address, like I just mentioned, Mr. Derek Cason, that was an unsportsmanlike foul against the Vikings. 1st and 10 now for Holy Spirit.
Clock running again. They restart it.
And Cohen, swing pass out to the left side. He's got number 13. And Roman just going to pick up a few as he's wrapped up by a host of Vikings, led by number 5, Jay-Sean Wright.
And it looks like Atlantic City's not in any rush to run a play, so it will run out the end of this quarter as we kick down 5-4, 3-2-1. Well, go to the 4th with Holy Spirit leading 42-8 over Atlantic City Vikings.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
All right, so it's 42-8 here at Atlantic City. BFA Sports, Doug Stasic, my brother of another, Al Fisher, wishing you all a happy Thanksgiving. We're here on the live stream while our buddy Mike Gill and Harry Hurley over on WPG 95.5. So be sure to check them out if you're headed from one place to the other. Al, this one's been, well, what we anticipated, a big Holy Spirit offense, and they've been flexing their muscle a little bit.
Definitely no turkeys on the field for those Holy Spirit Spartans. They've been lighting up the scoreboard.
Oh, back to start the fourth is Trevor Cohen. He goes to the slot, and he connects. And it's a first down and a bit more. So good completion there and a good handle by number 10. And that's Jaden Alanos, the 6'3" junior.
Spartans giving a lot of looks to the underclassmen. Obviously, Alanos getting a big play there to get the first down.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Again, running clock here in the fourth. Spartans staying on the gas. Slot to the left. Cohen drops back, looks right, fires right, but falling incomplete. Intended again for Stewart. It'll be 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Take a look at.
Watching Cohen throw that football last time, man, he just got a rifle for an arm.
And there you can see Cohen talking to offensive coordinator Charlie Roman. Again, a little bittersweet here as Coach Roman has had the opportunity to coach his boys here. So Cohen hands the ball off, and now this time it'll be to number 32 for the Spartans, and that is Nick Funky Cole Medina.
Yeah, in case I'm not going to say it.
You're like my mom, Al. At least there's one person laughing at my jokes. You make me feel better about myself.
I didn't think you'd throw that one out there.
Derek Cason gets it on the action.
He just jumps in. There you go. There you go. That's awesome. That is awesome.
About
well, at least we're having some fun here.
Hey,
Everybody's having fun today.
100%.
A beautiful day. Absolutely gorgeous day here in Atlantic City.
All right, there's a look at Trevor Cohen. Senior has been very hot again here today. This blustery day. And he looks down the right sideline. He fires. And what a play! One-handed interception by Jay-Sean Wright. Let's go to the big-time play on the Petrosh's big top instant replay. Cohen, good pass, but look at Wright. His second pick of the game.
That young man can play some football,
Ooh,
no doubt.
So getting the crowd and his team fired up over on the Atlantic City sideline. What an absolute phenomenal play.
Man, just an incredible effort. Man.
Yeah, they're balling here for the Atlantic City defense. Again, it's time to compete. Holy Spirit not surprising anybody by continuing to try to throw the football and go to the air. Bread and butter.
And Atlantic City having nothing to do with it. They're not going to just lay down. They came here to play. Again, as we've always said, Thanksgiving Day games always with that rivalry just kind of brings a little extra something out of these young men.
Our buddy Rob Fishbein tuning in, checking us out on the YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet to our BFA Live Sports YouTube channel, please do so. It'll allow you to chat in the comments.
Hopefully I'm not getting buried on there.
No, but Fishbein's a guy that trains a lot of guys on both sides of this field. So
yeah,
his son Robbie playing basketball over here for Atlantic City. Rob, my quarterback. Back in the day, 1994. My original brother from another. The OG, as you want to call it.
I thought I was the only brother from another. I guess I see how it is. That's all right.
The OG. The OG.
The OG?
Yeah.
The OG? You want to help me out?
That's right. Oh, that's all right. You can look it up.
You
can Google it.
All right.
You can Google it. All right, back to live action here. Well, that's going to end up being a Spartan touchdown. Touchdown, Holy Spirit. So you thought it was a botched snap, might have been a safety, but nonetheless, Holy Spirit jumping right on the football, and you talk about a absolute untraditional touchdown.
On a traditional day.
Yeah, I need to take a look. Spartan ended up getting the Thanksgiving turkey in the end zone, and that was number 24. So Michael Innocente was hardly innocent on that one. Stealing a touchdown.
Stole that one from me. I was going to go there. He's guilty.
Yeah, I don't know if he was on
anybody's
fantasy
Innocente was
squad.
guilty.
He was, man. Guilty as charged. He stole that touchdown. Dude,
come on. What do you mean it's a bad joke? We're having some fun over here. You guys, you're just jealous because you're not throwing the jokes out there.
Yeah.
We're throwing the jokes.
Yeah, Mike Gill arguing with me on the radio call. He was at Vagabond too long last night, so he's a little bit under the weather, I guess. And the kick is up, and the kick is good. So Forte converts the extra point. It's 49 now to 8.
He has a forte to kick, doesn't he? Yeah.
So I was mentioning back before that play there, our buddy Rob Fishbein. So you talk about a guy who gives a lot back to the community. He trains a lot of these athletes out in his notorious Margate Beach workouts. So they are not easy to do, but when the weather is good, it's rise and shine. When the weather's bad, it's still rise and shine. He works out the football guys on both these teams. He works out the basketball guys on both of these teams. So tip of the cap to him. And again, my brother out there, Rob Fishbein. Happy Thanksgiving to you and the fam, buddy. All right, so time continues to melt off the clock. Now 5:45 here remaining. Still a fun game, man.
No, it's been a blast to kind of get thrown in the fray, not expectedly. But I wasn't good at hitting curveballs when I was a baseball player. I guess we have to hit curveballs when we're now doing live streaming and broadcasting at this point.
Well, you know what they say, man. Life gives you lemons.
Turn lemonade.
Yeah,
that's right.
As long as it has little Tito's. That'll help
may
you
have
get
to
by.
partake.
So Forte, squib kick down to the 30. That one's picked up by, who else? Number 5, Jay-Sean Wright. He has been a bright spot for the Atlantic City Vikings today. 2 interceptions. Thrown a nice pass earlier as well. You know, it's something to look forward to because Wright has had himself a nice career here as well for the Vikings. So he's going to have a couple nice memories to go walking off after this one, especially with the way that he's played today.
I keep saying, you brought about a lot of fun today. It has been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun going across the way with Mike Gill and Harry Hurley, breaking each other's chops.
Yeah.
And then throwing our own little one-line zingers because we're drinking through a fire hose on this one, folks.
Yeah.
Running the scoreboard.
Admittedly,
you're running the.
Admittedly, we actually weren't prepared to call play-by-play today.
We were not prepared.
We just didn't know we were having some audio challenges connected to our board, but that's live TV for you. So If you don't have any Excedrin handy at your house, I'd advise maybe making a run out to CVS and go get some after listening to us for the last 2 hours.
Or have a lemonade and Tito's.
Yeah, or two. All right, so the John Boyd and Stan Marzak Memorial Trophy is going to be presented again to the Holy Spirit Spartans. You see it right there. Great shot by Mr. Josh Davidson. So looking forward to presenting it right after the game.
A couple of legendary coaches in both Atlantic City and Holy Spirit, respectively.
Yeah, again, great tradition. You talk about spending the holidays and memories of the good times, the good days, the lost ones, the ones that you love. I can just kind of go on and on. But certainly I know two guys at the very top of that list over at Holy Spirit are the late, great Ed Burns and the late, great Bill Walsh. Two coaches that left legacy and impacted the life of so many men. And you talk about the trophy being named after two other legends in this contest, and Coach Boyd and Coach Marzak. This means a lot to so many people and so many families, and I can't tell you how much it means to me to play a small role in it now with our company here at BFA, and I want to thank our buddy Matt Ulmer for allowing us to step up and do this for him as he's away. So still 3:45 remaining in the game. Atlantic City back to work. It's going to be 1st and 10. Trussell fires, and that ball is broken up. So nice defended play by number 84. And some of the young guys stepping up now for the Spartans.
So we're talking about being a small part of a BFA. You had an even smaller part when you participated in this game, didn't you?
I mean, I'm having fun with you, buddy, but I have.
Stop! Come on!
I do have some stats in the Spartan record
all
books.
Right. Don't get salty on me. Come on, that's what we do.
Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Come on.
Listen, I got a lot of teammates that are great. They're like, hey, you're damn
What
right. I think I had 2 catches my senior year. Ball is launched down the middle of the field. Falls incomplete. I got to tell you though, being a part of this rivalry is by far one of my most fondest memories of being a kid. And I can remember back even as a freshman, getting the opportunity to dress. Like that's a Holy Spirit tradition too. That you bring out everybody that you have, and being able to put on that jersey and just stand there and just witness kind of what was going on, and knowing that my grandfather had played in the game. It's a story that I'll tell time and time again. And I know sometimes there's a lot of heat about these rivalries where it's like, do you still play a Thanksgiving game? And a lot of them are going to the wayside. But this is important to both schools, both organizations, all the families involved. So I love the fact that these guys are still out here battling it, because that would be the last thing I think that anybody would want to see is for this to go away.
I can't agree with you anymore, partner. I think I just got a text from Rob Fishbein. He said he's on his way down to my house. He's probably going to put a set of brass knuckles.
All right, so the waiting moments here. It's 1:36. Happy Thanksgiving to my fellow Spartan and good buddy John Paxton. So he's happy to hear the call, and a guy very proud of his Spartan tradition, and also an Atlantic City native. So Johnny Pax, great to hear from you, buddy, and wishing you and your daughter nothing but the best. So she's headed to row at Rutgers University. So then she just committed. So some blessings at the Paxton household here on this Thanksgiving. All right, down to a minute. Atlantic City, Trussell. He throws the ball, and it falls in and out of the hands of number 21, one of his favorite receivers, and that was intended for Totoro. And there is Totoro. And 42 seconds now on the clock. It's 49-8. They are getting ready to present the Boyd Marzak Memorial Trophy. Going back to the halls again of Holy Spirit High School. So they'll present that to Coach A.J. Russo, and we'll stay tuned for that as our buddy. It
looks like they will not run a play. They'll let the clock run out to end this contest. 49-8. Favorite of Holy Spirit Spartans over Atlantic City Vikings.
And that's the ball game. As you had said, happy Thanksgiving, blessings, safe travels, and health to everybody this holiday season. Stay tuned for the presentation of the Coach Boyd and Marzak Memorial Trophy here from Atlantic City. And wishing you all nothing but the best, so stick around. Coming up here on BFA, presentation.
We live in a community that cares. We make sure everyone eats, everyone plays, everyone stays warm, and everyone is protected. We support our youth in organizations that teach the value of community and self-worth. We make strides against breast cancer every day. Together, in this community, we make a difference. RK Chevrolet, RK Kia, and RK Subaru, proudly serving our community since 1982.
It's a final from Atlantic City on this Thanksgiving, and we are just moments away from the presentation of the Boyd Marzak Trophy. Again, Doug Stasic alongside my brother for another, Al Fisher, for the call on this one. And score didn't really reflect just how much fun and entertaining this game ended up being. A couple of highlight reel type of plays on both sides for this one.
It sure was. Lots of highlight reels on both sides. A little bit more on the Holy Spirit Spartan side, but still, nonetheless, Atlantic City came in to play and played very well and played hard all the way through.
All right, and looks like we are getting ready for the presentation of the trophy. As we continue to zoom in. And again, in the words of the legendary coach Ed Burns, for the Spartans today, a turkey is going to taste just a little bit better.
Looks like they're bringing the student body out here too onto the field. Some of the student body, or it looks like maybe some of the support.
Yeah, this is where he comes in and you talk about the tradition part of this. You know, this is how much it means when you bring that level of memories from families, players, fans alike. This right here is exactly what it's all about. I mean, this is the kind of thing, picture's worth 1,000 words is the old adage. This is the adage. Kind of no words to really describe when you see this kind of respect.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Mutual respect for each team, for each other. And now the presentation.
And I'm hearing right now, you know, Mike Gill had mentioned about Coach Joe McDevitt, another awesome man, leader of young men, takes great pride, love this game. He too is not here, but certainly heavy hearts for his family and loved ones, and certainly will be missed on the Holy Spirit side. Again, there is the presentation of the trophy into the hands of Coach A.J. Russo. All right, so again, can't thank everyone enough for tuning in, especially our friends at Calvi Electric, Ernest & Sons Meat Market, Petrosh's Big Top, RK Chevrolet, Kia, and Subaru, Ulmer's Appliance, and FPG 95.5. Al, nothing left to say, but happy Thanksgiving, buddy.
Happy Thanksgiving to you too, pal.
All right, that'll do it. It is official. We will see you very soon. Best wishes, happy holidays, and be safe, everyone.